Good morning, sir. Are you Marty O'Brien?
Yes, sir.
This is Judge Middleton. We've met, but I needed to identify you for the record. This is file 25654ST. Mr. O'Brien, in that case, you entered a plea of guilty to a charge of operating without a valid license. That was on April 29th. I set the matter for sentencing for June 17th. You were going to pay off some other stuff. You didn't show up on June 17th, and we issued a bench warrant for your arrest. In the meantime, you got arrested on some new charges. You've got some other matters pending, including some felonies. We just need to complete the sentence in this case. You'd already entered the plea. No ops is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail. Fine of up to $100, and it carries 2 points. Miss Jeanette Jackson is here from the public defender's office, but there's really not much to defend. You've already entered your plea. I'm going to give you 4 days jail credit, 4 days. You've got other cases that are hanging over your head. $125 or 2 additional days, which will get swallowed up by the time you're already doing. This was mostly just a formality. But I tried to see you Monday, but I couldn't. I ran out of time, and then we were gone yesterday. So I set my sights on Monday. All right. I couldn't make it Sunday, so I set my sights on Monday. All right. Mr. O'Brien, this is one less thing you got to worry about. 4 days jail credit, 4 days. The minimum allowable fine or 2 additional days, which will get swallowed up by the time you're doing on the new cases. I will see you, or Judge Pattison will see you on that pre-exam conference on the other charges probably next Tuesday. But this matter's done. You're good to go back about your day. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Deason, I met you at your arraignment. You've waived preliminary examination.
Yes, sir.
Are you still at the Highland Avenue address?
No, sir.
Do you have his current address?
I do not, but I have email and phone number. So I'll have him update that before he leaves.
All right, go out to the clerks and give them your new address and contact information.
Yes, sir.
You don't seem to owe me any money. So the matter will be set for a status conference in circuit court. We want to make sure we can contact you. So go out to the court office and I'll take you with a bailiff. And we'll get that information and then stay in contact with your lawyer.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes,
All right, is there another one?
Dominic Land.
Mr. Land?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. We also have Gabriela Flores next door in front of Judge Pattison. Let me find your case. Here it is. This is file number 252130. Yes. People versus Mercedes Alicia Flores. It's alleged that in the Florence Township, on July 16th, that you did possess methamphetamine. That's a felony punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $15,000. You're here with your lawyer, Casey Strong. Also present is Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Joshua Robert. Mr. Robert, what's the status here?
The offer is for the defendant to enter a plea to use of methamphetamine. She appears to be eligible for 7411 probation. Our office would have no objection to that probation.
You agree, Ms. Strong?
Yes, I agree, Your Honor.
Ms. Flores, what you're charged with is a felony. The prosecutor has agreed to dismiss that felony and reduce it to a misdemeanor called use of methamphetamine. We get lots of these. Use of methamphetamine is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. He mentioned something called 7411. That's a special kind of probation, which is under the public health code. It's found at 3337411, and we call it 7411 probation. It is a kind of probation that is eligible only for first offender drug offenders. And if you successfully complete the probation, the charge could be taken off your record as a public record of conviction, and there would be no record of conviction. Understand?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, I've got your advice of rights waiver here, but let's go through it for everybody that's here. Do you understand that if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you could not afford an attorney, we would appoint one, which is what we've done here. Ms. Strong has been appointed to represent you. You could also, if you had a hearing, you could have a trial. At the trial, you could testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. So give me a minute. You don't have any previous drug convictions in our jurisdiction. You and I have met before. You've paid all your outstanding fines. Let's talk about this case. You've kind of been playing with fire a little bit, Ms. Flores. And if you start playing around with methamphetamine, you're going to get burned up. According to this, there was an incident where an assault was alleged on July 16th out on Lutz Road. Is that where you were living?
I wasn't living there. I was walking down the road
Where were you headed?
back towards the rivers.
And did you get in a scuffle with somebody?
Yes, my best friend's fiance put her hands on me. And so I called the cops, or the house that she did it in front of, they called the cops, I'm assuming, and then the cops came.
All right, were you homeless at that time?
No. Oh, I was at the shelter, the women's shelter.
Okay. Anyway, they searched your backpack and they found a small amount of methamphetamine
It was an
residue.
empty bag, but yeah, they took it to the lab and tested it.
And had you been using meth?
Yep.
All right, well, again, that's a slippery slope. What are you doing now?
I'm living at my dad's house. I
That's
just got my permit a couple months ago.
Yeah, you and I have had some traffic matters and some other things. So you got your driver's permit?
Yep.
That's good news.
Yeah. I just have to take my driver's test to get my license. I'm looking for employment. I've been filling out applications on Indeed.
What kind of work have you done?
Healthcare. Nursing home.
Do you have a CNA?
No. No, I just do dietary.
No. What about places like McDonald's or those kinds of places?
Yeah, I worked at McDonald's before.
Where does your dad live?
5th Avenue by the high school.
All right, you had a River Drive apartment, but you're now at
Yeah,
your dad's?
That was my apartment. I'm not there no more.
All right, I think that's better circumstance. Mr. O'Bear, you have any objection to 7411? I think I'll just go ahead and do the sentence right now.
No,
What does that consist of?
Well, I'll tell you here in a minute. Means you can't use any drugs or
No, like,
alcohol.
you have to go to the DRC.
Yes.
Okay.
Had you done some of that before?
A long time ago.
Yes. All right. Well, I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole of methamphetamine addiction because you'll disappear at the other end like a little speck. All right, I'm gonna put you on a 24-month probation, which means you can be discharged at the end of 12 months. I'm gonna order 10 days jail, credit 1. And of those 10 days, 9 are deferred. I'm not gonna put you back in jail if you do what I ask you to do. If you don't, there'll be at least 10 days and maybe more. There's a $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $150 attorney fee, $960 probation oversight fee, which I expect will be cut in half. $1,310. But if you do it in 12 months, we'll subtract $480 from that, which would be about $830 due in 1 year. So you're going to need to get a job. Alcohol, drugs, and testing and substance abuse counseling and treatment as directed. The last lady that you saw in a probation violation, we were testing her at the day reporting center. She'd been clean for several months and then she started to relapse and was messing around with dilutes, and then she was positive twice. And so I put her in jail and she's gonna get back on track. If I tested you today, what would be in your urine?
Um,
Would you be positive for meth? All right, well, it isn't easy to stop. If I just say, hey, stop using meth, it's like say, hold your breath. You need methamphetamine like you need a hole in the head or 6 or 8 holes in the head. It's going to ruin the rest of your life. So we're going to try to go on a different direction. Would you test positive for marijuana also? All right, no marijuana, no alcohol, no methamphetamine. And so in order to do that, you're going to need some treatment. First thing we need to do is get you clean. If you can't stop using meth, I can help you get clean by giving you 30 to 90 days in jail as an initial detox. This was a very minor case, and so I'm not putting you in jail, but you can't use it. And this is going to be a lot harder than it sounds. When did you last work?
Last year.
It's hard to work when you're not rooted and you have a methamphetamine problem. But I'd like to see you, and so would your dad, like to see you get your life on track. Where are your kids?
I don't have them.
Oh, all right, but are they here in St. Joe County?
No, they're in Kalamazoo and Branch.